My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Moonfall. Now, this is a movie that I was looking forward to because this movie is about the moon crashing down onto Earth. Like, with a premise like that, how could I not be excited for this movie? It sounded like the perfect, over-the-top, crazy, insane plot that I so desperately loved, and I really wish I liked this movie more than I did. Now, this movie is directed by Roland Emmerich, who gets a really bad rep these days, and I really don't like his Godzilla movie. But I think Independence Day is decent. But he also directed The Day After Tomorrow in 2012. Two movies that I enjoy. They're perfectly aware of what they are and just have fun with the premise. And that's all I wanted from this movie. So I am unfortunately let down by it. Now let's begin talking about the cast, because I actually do like lots of the casting decisions in this movie. I think this is a well-cast movie with a wide range of actors. You've got Patrick Wilson, who I really enjoy as an actor. I love him in the Insidious and Conjuring movies, and I think he's fine in this movie. Not as good as he could be, but still serviceable. Halle Berry, I can't think of the last time I saw her in a movie. It might have been X-Men Days of Future Past, but she's fine in this movie. You've got John Bradley, and while I was watching this movie, I'm just like, who is that? I know I've seen this guy before, and he's Sam from Game of Thrones. Then we've also got Charlie Plummer, who's fine. And then we've also got Michael Pena, who I thought was great in End of Watch, but ever since then, he's just wasted all his potential. He's really been underwhelming as an actor, and I don't think he adds anything to this movie. In fact, I don't think he was needed in it whatsoever. And once again, it's directed by Roland Emmerich, and I think he does a fine job directing this movie. Just know what you're going to get from him. You're not going to get a meaningful meditation on what the purpose of life is. You're not going to get a bunch of amazing dialogue. You're going to get dumb, schlocky action. And just know that what he wants to give you. And I think this movie actually builds up the plot very well. I think it sets the characters up in cliche but strong ways. And I do like the visuals of this movie. The visual effects don't look realistic necessarily, but they've got this darker look to them that for some reason really work for me. And they're all moments where you see the movie fulfilling its potential and just delivering some of the best disaster action moments you could have wanted from this movie. But they are too far and few between, because this movie unfortunately doesn't really deliver in what I wanted to deliver in. All I wanted was a story of the moon crashing down on Earth. Just a dumb, insane plot like that, and deliver some amazing disaster moments. But this movie doesn't do that. Instead, they go in a very convoluted, non-sequitur direction that just didn't work for me in any way. I really wish they just kept this movie simple. Because this movie then goes into this backstory. I don't want to give anything away, but I'll say that it's like this AI plot, and just nothing about it worked for me at all. In fact, it completely ruined the movie for me. They spend the second half of the movie in space dealing with this other threat, and it's just like, you have this premise of the moon crashing down on Earth. Why are we spending so much time in space and just with this? Why? Like, that's not what we came to this movie for. And it's not strong material at all. I think the backstory behind everything happening is just so unneeded. There's an excessive amount of exposition in the last act, and it was just the wrong kind of stupid. Moon falling on Earth, the right kind of stupid. Some kind of weird AI nonsense plot, the bad kind of stupid. Look, I love the disaster moments when they're happening in this movie. There's a scene where there's a rocket ship taking off as it's literally about to get covered by a giant tidal wave. Like, that's what I wanted from this movie. That's when I was having fun with this movie. When it's focusing on Charlie Plummer's character and those group on Earth as they're dealing with meteorites and just a massive amount of violence and destruction, that's when I was enjoying this movie. But there's not nearly enough of it as you'd expect from a movie with this premise. And just every direction they decided to go in instead just didn't work for me. I don't think it's the awful disaster that many are claiming it to be, but it doesn't fulfill its potential of being a big, dumb action blockbuster either. It's just in this place in the middle where it doesn't succeed at neither, and it's just going to be forgotten. The cast does a fine job for what they're given to work with. There is some cool visuals, and there are some very, very entertaining moments, but just not enough. What this movie turns out to be, I just found to be completely unsatisfying and just really disappointed me. So I'm going to go ahead and give Moonfall a 4 out of 10. You had one job, movie, one job, and that was to tell a story of the moon crashing down on Earth, and you can't even do that. How disappointing. But what did you think of Moonfall? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Stay tuned for some more videos soon, and Gavin out.